Ah, here I am. Just started a bit early, just because I haven't used this software in a long time. You're welcome to put in comments if anyone's there. I can't see if people are there. This software doesn't show me that. Um, Actually, it doesn't show me an awful lot of anything. Has been a while since I've used this software. Uh, Also, I have a new computer. It's a Mac. So if I go up when I mean down and down when I mean up, you know why. Um, so I'll just wait until the hour and then I'll start on the presentation. If someone could write something in the comments just so I know that's working, that'd be awesome. No, okay. On YouTube, it's the comment section is up. Oh yes, thank you, true historian. Yeah, here I'll put you up on the screen. There you go. Thank you very much. And where are we sitting? We've got 2 minutes to go. I probably went on a bit earlier than I should have, but I'll wait so people can jump on. This is what I do with the Zoom meeting, so I'll do the same here. And I shall get a drink of water. Oh, Alfredo. Nice to see you, buddy. Okay. So does it tell me? Yeah, it tells me that you're on YouTube. Okay, cool. So I don't need to tell you the address. You already know. So anyone on LinkedIn, it's not letting me do it's pointing down. Oh, there it is. There's my hand. That is the YouTube address. YouTube's usually the better place to watch these things. But yeah, if you prefer LinkedIn, just watch it on LinkedIn. That's fine. We've got a minute to go. So what I'll do is I'll go over to the screen. Well, actually, no, I'll wait another minute. And then I'll introduce it. Hope everyone's good today. I'm going to talk about RAG, or I don't know if I'm meant to call it RAG. I've never heard anyone pronounce it, so I don't know if I'm meant to say RAG or RAG. I don't know. We'll call it RAG just because that's what I've been calling it all day. Okay, we're on the hour, so I will bring up the slides. And that's me up in the corner. Hello. Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome. Let me start with a question. How many times have you asked ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or any of those something and gotten back a very confident sounding answer from the LLM that was actually wrong? Hey, Jules. I'll put your comment up. I've got to get used to this. It's not like Zoom. I can actually put your comments up. Woohoo! Yeah, so maybe it hallucinated a date. Maybe it made up a statistic. I've had them make up entire scenarios that didn't happen. Or maybe it gave you outdated information. So that's one of the problems with traditional AI models. They generate answers from their memory. They do a bit of research now, which is great. All the new ones now look on the internet for their answers, but it is mainly from the training in their memory. Yes. They guess things based on their training. That's probably the best. That's the best way I can put it. Is it's a probability thing. They think it's the most probable answer. It's not really guessing, but we'll call it guessing because it's just easier to say the thing's guessing and answer and making stuff up. So today we're going to fix that with one simple rule: no citations, no confidence. So if your AI can't show where it got the information, don't trust it. For the next, well, I don't know if this will take an hour, but I'll say next hour. I'm going to show you exactly how you make AI prove its work using two powerful tools, as in the tools I'm going to use as examples on the screen, Perplexity and NotebookLM. Perplexity is what they call a web rag. It gets its citations off the web. And let's see if I can remember what they call No, I can't remember. Okay. I'll come back to that. Let's dive in. Let's go to the next slide. Here's hoping I scroll the right direction. No, I did not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there is docrag. It actually gets its citations from documents you've given it. So I knew it was on the slides. I just had to get there. Okay, so what is RAG? RAG stands for Retrieval-Augmented Generation. I was making a joke with someone earlier today that someone just wanted to call it RAG and they made up some words and shoved them in there so it came to the RAG. Because I don't know why they chose those words, but pretty much what it means is that the answer is generated not from memory, but from stuff that's retrieved either from the web or documents. Oh, cool. Yes. Hallucinations. That's probably one of the first things I try to explain to people. Yeah. So you can think of it like old AI is like someone writing a report from their training and their memory. Well, RAG is, I don't know if I should call it RAG, but I'm going to call it that anyway, is like asking someone to go to the library first, pull out some good books, and then write the report with citations. So on the screen, there's two types. There's that I'll be covering today, and I'm using two software to do it. WebRag, which is Perplexity, because it gets its stuff off the web, and then DocRag, which is NotebookLM, which gets its stuff from documents you've given it. And NotebookLM is pretty versatile. You can give it YouTube videos, you can give it PDFs, you can give it text files. I'm not sure from memory, but I think you might be able to even give it audio. I could be wrong with that though. But don't get confused. NotebookLM now has the ability to search the web, but that's not actually it's not adding that to the data unless you tell it to. So you can check over what it's gotten from the web to say, yep, this is right, and then you add it to the documents. So even though it's got that web thing in there, it's not technically looking at the web when you ask it a question. You've got to actually, it's just doing research and creating a document that if you want to and you believe it, you can add to the documents. So yeah, don't get that confused. But yeah, the mental model to remember is just it retrieves data from somewhere, it verifies the data, and then it writes its response. So first it retrieves the resources, and as you can probably guess, one's from the web, one's from the documents in its database. And so what we're going to do... Oh, I didn't prepare this. Okay. I didn't scroll when I should have scrolled. So what we're going to do is I've chosen a benign subject, just so there's no, so just so you can see the differences that it can make. And what we're doing, the topic I'm going to do is USB-C standards. So it's going to be fairly boring, the actual information, but that's not what we're here for. It's just a benign subject. Will it give us authority in AIO? No, it's actually, this is not what the website does or what your information does. This is what the LLM is doing, where it's getting its information from. Thanks, Jennifer. I'll put your comment up. Yeah, this is the first of doing it on my own, so this is a lot of fun. And why have I chosen this subject? It's because it's technical, it's stable, it's authoritative sources, so it's going to be easier for us to sort of prove that it's doing what it should be doing. If we did something a little bit more, I can't think of the word, abstract, it'd be hard to actually prove it's doing what it's doing. So I've just chosen something that's really technical, and very easy to check that it's doing what it should be doing. So I've actually opened up Perplexity, and I've got a whole bunch of prompts here. So this is the web rag in action, and see if I can. Like I said, I'm on a Mac, so I'm getting used to what you click to do things. Copy. There you go. So I'll give this document out as in the membership area of Grayspark. And that doesn't work. Okay. Okay, what is the maximum power delivery supported by USB-C cables? What are the voltage and blah, 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 blah. So we'll just go, and if this does what it's meant to do, so this is live, so it might not do what it's meant to do. Remind me later, I don't need to know about this. So it's getting the information for us, and we'll see at the bottom. I should have tested this out before I came on today. And that's just another topic, isn't it? Okay, so maybe I was meant to press something. Let's try that again. I haven't used Perplexity in a while. I just thought it was a good example. So you probably have to press that, don't you? No, it's doing the web. Well, this is embarrassing. No, I just didn't have the settings right. Okay. So while it's waiting, you'll notice. Oh, actually, I said the site in the. Yeah, cite the specific standard or. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. I keep doing this today. I keep zooming in. I didn't know the mouse did that. So there's all the citations. There's all the places it's getting its information from. It's taking longer. I shouldn't have done research. That was a mistake because it takes a lot longer. So as you can see, it's doing all the research. It's getting citations, getting information from places that it should be getting it. It does go to places that could be questionable, and that's what you check at the end. It should give you citations of what it actually uses, because this is what it's researching at the moment. And what program are you using to do the live? Oh, it's called EvMux. It's called EvMux. It's not an overly popular software, but I find it more versatile than StreamYard. Did that come up? Yeah. Okay. So here's a nice, thorough answer. Oh, it's still going. Wow. Okay. I really should have tested how long this would take each prompt. Okay, so all the citations were above. They've changed the way this works from when I used to do it. Again, I really should have tested this. I wasn't thinking. Oh, here they are, the sources. Oh, okay, they put it to the side. I'm learning something as I go. So it got USB itself, a site called USB, Wikipedia. We all know Wikipedia is it's fairly reliable. I mean, it is self-managed. So FSPPS, I'm not familiar with that. But I mean, you can check all these sources. That's the beauty of this: is not only are you getting an answer, you're getting all the sources that the answer came from, so you can check it. And we'll go back to the answer. So pretty much what it should be saying. Oh, it's giving us all of them instead of just the one I asked for. Okay, so USB 3, I think, is what we were doing, wasn't it? No, USB-C, sorry. Oh, why does it keep doing that? So 5 volt to at 3 amps. And we know that's the answer. Well, I've looked this up earlier, so yeah. And US 3.1 is 5 amps at 48 volts. Is that right? 48. Oh. Oh, it doesn't say the volts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool. It looks like the data I got earlier is a little bit different than the data we're getting this time. So this would be where you actually go and check those sources and check that they're reliable. Um, that's a personal thing that you sort of figure out yourself. Um, like some sources, of course, will be authoritative because they are official. Just be wary of things like Reddit. Might not be so. That's more people's opinions. So yeah. So now we'll do another question and see how that goes. Why can I not highlight text? There we go. Let's see if I can use a max this time. Okay, so what we're doing is USB 4 and comparing it to a Thunderbolt 4. I've got the answers here, what it should be. So let's see how this goes. Of course, it's going to go through its routine again. Now, Perplexity is comparing multiple sources, just like I did last time. And so this is what RAG is. It's getting information from somewhere. In Perplexity's role, it's getting it from off the web. Yes, that is so true, Jennifer. Okay, why aren't comments coming? Oh, there it is. Yeah, especially with legal stuff, that's probably a scary one to use LLMs for without checking them afterwards. Well, at the end of the day, you should be going through at least spot checking any output you get. If you're going to use it for anything important, especially if you're going to use it for something important, you need to check it. They do hallucinate, even when the temperatures are set to certain levels, they can still have a chance of hallucinating. I forget which, if it's higher temperature or lower temperature, that makes it hallucinate less, but not, it doesn't totally get rid of it. I think with hallucinations and stuff, I think I went through a very old presentation where your prompt can make a big difference to that as well. If you tell it not to make stuff up, basically. So, hang on, we'll check the answer first. So, let's see if this is right. Very long answer. Because I pressed research. Yeah, that was my fault. Oh wow, it went into a lot more detail than the one that I checked earlier. But yeah, 40 gigabytes per second. Yeah, that's what I've got here. And USB, that's for Thunderbolt 4, and USB 4 is 20 gigabytes. So I got these figures from the technical specs of the official USB site. So that's how I know that this is giving the right answer, because I actually got the answers from someone else that was very authoritative. Oh yes, Jennifer, good point. Where it's just trying to please you, sometimes it will hallucinate to make you happy, which is a scary thought as well. There's all the specs. Wow, this gives, when you press research, you really get a lot of answers. Again, you can check citations. Now, NotebookLM does citations differently. Well, last time I used it, this does it differently than last time I used it. So, so yeah. And yeah, I just highlighted the things that were the right. So This is what we call a web rag or web RAG. I don't know if I'm meant to be calling it rag. I think I said that earlier. I'm probably repeating myself a little. So let's switch gears up and go to NotebookLM. Now, I have a funny feeling that I am in the wrong one, in the wrong account, and I'm not going to have all the sample data. No, I'm not. Okay, so we're gonna wing it, and we're gonna do something else that I actually have in this. What have I got? What have I got in this one? Yeah, because what it is you get a NotebookLM Pro account with any workspace or Pro Google Gmail account. So, oh no, not that one. Something with a decent amount of sources. Oh, here we go. A sales book that has 69 sources. This will be fun. Now I got to think of questions. Okay. Actually, no. Sales is isn't very technical. Hang on. See if I got something technical. Well, sales is technical, but there's bound to be stuff in there that's very objective. Oh wow, this hasn't got anything really technical in it. We'll go with just one source. Eat. So, yeah, that's a very technical part of SEO. So this will give us decent answers. Like I said, you can have if I think just added if anyone's curious, you can have I think it's up to 50 data sources in the free version of NotebookLM, and in the Pro, which is what I have, I can have up to 300, which is just crazy. You can have that much data as part of your research. Because each document can be quite big. Someone worked it out for me once. I'm not going to quote it because I can't remember it properly and I don't want to mislead people. But I know it's a big amount per file. And the thing I like about it, again, going off track, you can link it to a Google Doc in the same account, and you can just keep adding to that Google Doc as you need more information, as you find more information. You can edit it, you can take stuff out, and it all automatically updates the NotebookLM. And that's also a cheat to if you've got the free version with only 50 data sources, you could put 20 data sources on one Google Doc. So it's a bit of a workaround to get more information into your free version. And all my prompts that I've put here are all about USB-C. I don't think I can log in. Yeah, again, I'm getting lost on my Apple. I don't know if I can log into the proper account that's got all the USB-C data. I'll make up some questions. That's probably the best way to do it. So it's only got one data source, so this will be quite quick. We'll go really basic and see what happens. Actually, no. One data source means it will citation. The citation will be one data source. No, that's not going to be very interesting. Okay. Lead gen ads guide. A lot of one sources here. What was I making these for, I wonder? Okay. This has 39 sources, so we'll actually get proper citations now. Well, at least useful citations where it will pick the documents that are relevant to our questions. If someone wants to write a question, maybe we can do an interactive version of this. Since I was really slack and forgot to open up the correct NotebookLM, I'm in my personal Gmail account. That's not where I'm meant to be. So, yeah, a question to ask it about Google Ads. If anyone's got something they think they would be a good question, just because a lot of this data, some of it will be relevant, some of it won't. all I'm trying to do is show you that it will cite the documents that were relevant to the question. So just a bit of a practical. Yeah, all I've got a whole bunch of prompts here, but they're all about USB-C. Oh, organization, people, it's very important. Oh, okay, Jennifer. All I need is a question about Google Ads guide. Oh, sorry, that's the name of the file. Google Ads. I'll try to make up a question from. Oh, this is more about landing pages and CRO. Sorry, that's a misleading title. Okay, we'll just ask. We'll ask something really basic, like what does ATIDCOA stand for? Really basic question because I am a slow typer. So now it's going through all the information. All how many did I say it was? 39 documents. So this will hopefully be a short answer. Maybe not. And this is, if anyone's interested, this is an actual type of funnel where you get the attention. You do well. I don't know if you can read that if it's big enough on the screen. I put it into a document, but I'm still really unconfident with the Mac. So as NotebookLM, what it does, its citations are these little numbers here, and you hover over them, and it'll tell you where it got it from. So that's 1, that's 6. So it looks like it actually shows you what part of the document it's getting it from. That's cool. I didn't realize that. Now, does it tell you the name of the document? Yes, down the bottom. Here is a practitioner .pdf. So it's only for anyone who doesn't know, the beautiful thing with NotebookLM, it will only look up stuff in the documents you gave it. So if you're confident your documents are accurate and they don't have any hallucinations in them, you're pretty much guaranteed no hallucinations. There is a term for that. I don't think I wrote it down. It's called grounded. Let's see if I can remember. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's my cat. I used to do an entertainment show. He became quite famous on that show because he used to come in and meow constantly because he thinks I'm on the phone and he likes to meow at me when I'm on the phone. So yeah, just hover over there. There's your source. This is great. It shows you where in the document that the source is coming from. And then you scroll down and it's an MD file. That's a markdown file for anyone not familiar. And that's all the files are over here. They're all ticked. So that means it will use all of them to try to find the answer to your question. Oh, we've got a question here. I don't know if I can copy off here. No, I can't. Well, here's the question that Jennifer put forth so everyone else can see it. But it's not letting me copy it off the screen. So let's see what this does. This is probably more interesting than USB-C, to be honest. So maybe it's worked out for the best. Now, the thing is, if these documents don't answer this question, why is there a red line through Google? Okay, I don't know. Apparently, Google's spelled differently. So this will be interesting. I don't know if these documents actually tell you this stuff or not. So I'm curious to see how this turns out. So thank you for the question, Jennifer. Not the fastest typer around. Now, this is more about funnels, so I'm actually curious if it's able to answer this question. Yes, Doug. You know Doug. So he's famous in all around the world. Yeah, it's checking the files. So this is taking a bit longer than the other one. So maybe it's not finding an answer. I could ask it that, but I don't think I'll have an answer. I'll just put up Julie's question so everyone can see it. And this software works different than I remember. It's been a while since I've used this software because it was for an entertainment show I used to do. So that's why I'm clicking the wrong places. It gave an answer and it's sourcing it. So let's have a look. This answer came from 3, which was Advanced Google Ad Strategies for 2025 Ecosystem, researched by Gemini Pro, and it's a PDF. So there you go. That's where it got its answer from. So there was a document in there that had some information about your question. Actually, looks like there was a few. So we got 5, which is Google Ad Budget and Bidding Knowledge Pack. So I don't know where these came from. It was quite a while ago, a couple of months ago at least, that I put these in here. Why am I putting LMs, Google LMs in G Drive? Sorry, not G Drive, Gmail. For anyone who doesn't know, again, this is a sidetrack. NotebookLM at the moment, you can share with any other Gmail if you use Gmail. If you use a workspace to create your NotebookLM notebook, I've got a stutter, that will only be shareable with other people in your company. So I don't know why that is, but that's how Google has it set up at the moment. Oh, that's a good question, Jennifer. And we've got one from Julie as well. Well, if people are interested in these questions, I mean, this wasn't what it was about, but I'll throw some questions in here just for anyone who might be interested. Because Google Ads is always a cool topic. But yeah, the main purpose of this was to show you that it does cite where you got the document, where it got from, and actually shows you where in the document it came from. So I didn't know it did that, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if Google My Business. This will be interesting if it comes up with an answer for this, because the USB-C one was really easy. I asked a question that had nothing to do with USB-C, and it couldn't find any answers for it. Did I type that right? I should have checked that before I press enter. Yeah. It actually came up with an answer. So there's something in there that had information about it. Which document? Okay. The way I made these files was I researched them and then noted what I researched it with. So this was researched with Gemini and BL and discussion. Okay, I don't know. I've named these weird. But that's where I got the information about. Let's have a look here. What's it actually talking about? Australian. Oh, this is about Australian small businesses. So that's why it's there's a bit of information about Google. What do they call it now? Google Business Profile. I think Google My Business was a much better name. Big time agree on that, Jennifer. My home address is on my Google My Business because Google Business Profile. I did it back in the days when they sent you a postcard. I don't know if they still do that. So that was quite a while ago that I registered my business with Google My Business, business profile, as it's called now. So I was surprised there was an answer for that one. Maybe, what time is it? I won't do any more. That's not the point of this presentation. But if anyone's interested, if they know how to contact me directly, I can share this database with anyone who wants it. I don't think there's anything secretive in here, so it's just stuff I did research for myself early last year. So if you are interested in this topic, because we are getting a few questions, yeah, I'd be happy to. If you've got a Gmail, I can share it with your Gmail. But as we can see, it's citing everything from certain documents. And so that was the point of what I was trying to show. It's getting its information from the documents you gave it. It's not searching the web. It's not making stuff up. There are citations for everything that it says to prove that it's got that information from somewhere and not just made it up. A lot of the stuff it makes up is true. A lot of stuff it makes up from its memory, I should say, is true. But there is that problem where it does hallucinate and do stuff that's not so great. I think I had a slide for the next one. Oh, homework. So I didn't do many slides for this one. So you've seen two powerful RAG, I'm going to keep saying RAG, tools in action. So here's the framework. You ask the RAG tool to find and cite sources. I don't know if I know NotebookLM will cite regardless. I thought Perplexity would cite regardless, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you do have to ask it to cite. I don't know. Just cite, just try it out. Ask it to cite and don't ask it to cite, and see if you end up with where it got its information from. And Perplexity is an example of a web one, as we said. NotebookLM is an example of getting it only from your documents. Even though, I should go back to that so I can just explain what I was talking about before. See how it's got fast research here? You can change that to deep research. So it does search the web for you, but it will only put it into the documents if you tell it that the document's okay to use. So it's not going through the web to find its answers. It's just got a functionality now where you can search the web to get more documents to put into your library. We'll call it library. I don't know if it's got its own name. Sources, to put more sources in there. So that is retrieve. That's the retrieve side of the things we were talking about before. Where is verify? This is where you click on the citations and check the sources. Again, if you're doing something important, this is really critical. You can, especially with Perplexity, it can still get the wrong information, especially if it's going to other places. The internet is being flooded with information from LLMs, which have potentially hallucinated. So if the LLM is getting information from an LLM that hallucinated, then you're going to get a wrong answer. So always good to check. And of course it writes. So you don't need to check that. You see what it writes. And you can check that it is lining up with the citations, I guess. Okay, what do we got here? Sorry, just going through my notes. I made homework. Okay, I don't know if it seemed like a good idea at the time, but you can do the homework, I guess. Go to notebooklm.google.com. That's where you find it. I guess you've got to have a Gmail account to actually get there, I think. And pick any topic you're curious about and find 3 sources. Wikipedia is a good one. It's fairly accurate. It's more accurate than Oh, okay. I think I answered this one. It's called EvMux. It's a really weird program. Um, sorry, it's not. The program's not weird. The name is weird. I don't understand why they call it what they call it. Can I? Oh, here I go. I can actually write a comment. So there you go. That's the name of it. EvMux. Evmux.com. Yeah, .com. So it's similar to StreamYard if you've heard of StreamYard, because that's a very popular streaming software. So it's fairly well known. But this one allows you to do more things that, I mean, it's only if you want to do those extra things that it doesn't matter. My main reason I switched was for a time there, StreamYard put their prices up, almost doubled the price of what I needed to get the features I needed. So I switched to EvMux and I haven't bothered going back. So anyway, your homework would be to get those sources, get at least three, so you at least get some decent citations. And this is in NotebookLM, so you have a bit of control over what it's doing. And generate just ask it some questions that you're curious about the things that you've just researched. And practice the retrieve. Make sure it's getting it from the right places. Verify those places are decent information. In this case, you'd be doing it not in that order because you're checking the sources before you're adding it to the library. The example I used, because I was very sleepy when I wrote this, was coffee brewing. That could be something that you could, if you're interested in. So basically, that's right. I had the homework here, so you could have been seeing what I was talking about. Next session. Oh, that's the thing. After okay, that reminds me. That reminds me. I'm glad I put that in the slide presentations. After this, what I'm planning to do for all these lessons, I guess we've finished this one now. Does anyone have any questions about the importance of RAG and or RAG? It sometimes sounds weird saying RAG. Why it is a similar topic to hallucinations, I guess, which is funny that this is the first topic I chose. Considering the first topic I chose last time I started this sort of type of thing was hallucinations. So that's interesting that I've unwittingly done that. All it was I'd seen the word rag all over the place and no one explaining what it was. And they were making it sound so important. So I looked it up, did a bit of research, and then I made this. So I thought maybe other people would be curious because they'd seen the word everywhere as well. But yeah, so anyway, what these are going to be, these Monday lessons, they're called Members Mondays. And the reason for that is I'm getting volunteers to teach something every Monday, like a different person each Monday, and a different topic that has something at least closely related to AI, preferably is AI related directly rather than indirectly, and sharing their knowledge. Just so you know, you'll be able to promote your wares if you do one of these for 5-10 minutes at the end. So you're not just giving us information, you actually get something out of it where you can actually tell the people, here's all my knowledge and here's where you can get more of me. So I'm going to do that and say there is a, if you go to hub.graysparkai.com, I have a community that I've just started there on GHL. So if you want to go there, have a look. I'll put it in the comments. Actually, if I write it this way, it might turn into a link. And it's the Australian spelling of grey. Which I think is also the English way of spelling grey. So what was I going to do? So then after these, I'm looking to have a... So I'd love some opinions from the people still in the room. I'm looking to have like a private meeting after these sessions for at least 2 hours. Yes, Julie would be great on one of these. I'll put that comment. I've got to stop reading the comments and assuming everyone else can see them. It's not like Zoom. So yeah, so now we'll be meeting afterwards where we get to chat about what the presentation was, do a bit of networking, ask questions of the person who presented, and yeah, and it'll be a private Zoom call for anyone who wants to be a member. I don't know how I'm going to work this yet. It's still a bit of a experiment in my head. But I'm thinking some sort of membership where you can go to every single one of these after parties, I'm calling them, for a small fee. So, yeah, that's my idea. I'd love to hear opinions if anyone's got one. Let's see what else I wrote down in my notes. See if there was anything else interesting. Wow, I've got a lot of stuff here about prompts for USB-C questions. Yes. I don't know. I thought it was a good topic. I thought it was nice and technical. So for the web one, it was probably a good one, to be honest, because it would be hard to check a more obscure topic without technical. It would get its sources from all over the shop, and unless you know that particular type of subject, it might be hard to figure out if they're reliable sources. So let's go back to me. So that was my first go at doing this. Pleasure, Julie. I probably didn't pick the best subject, but all it was the other day I was wondering what it was because I kept seeing it on LinkedIn. And I'm like, what is this rag thing that keeps coming up everywhere? What are people talking about? So I just assumed everyone else might have had the same question because they might be seeing it everywhere as well. It's sort of like the REST API. That used to be everywhere when I was doing WordPress. And I had to look it up to figure out what the hell it was because everyone was talking about it. And it had nothing to do with anything I did, so I didn't need to know. The main point of this is that's what it is when you see it, and it's referring to basically more structured and more reliable data because it's cited. You can check the data. It's not reliable just because it's RAG. It's reliable because you can check it. That's the point as well. I should probably whack that in there. So yeah. Now for the after party, I won't be charging a fee or anything like that on the first try. I'll just be giving a link. And what I'll do is in the... Where's a good place to put the link? I didn't think this through. Because I can't set up a Zoom while I'm doing this. I see most of you are on YouTube, so I will try to put it somewhere over in YouTube. I'll put it in the comments. I'll put it in the comments for this video after I log out. So I'll try to do it within 5 minutes. If you want to come along to the Zoom call, you can hop in there, tell me how bad I was, how good I was, mostly how bad I was. And yeah, it'll be great fun. So we finished a bit earlier than I thought. I didn't think that was 60 minutes worth of nonsense. It probably would have been if I remembered to use the USB-C documents. So, because I had a lot of prompts ready. Don't know why I had that many prompts ready. You only have to do one or two to show the point. But I don't get a lot of sleep, and I do silly things sometimes. I don't have outro music. I don't have an outro sequence. So I'll do what a friend of mine called Ed does. And he cracks me up because he will do an entire video and then just go, see ya.